Guys, how are you? My name is Kendrea. I'm the owner of Blooming and Lux and also Blooming with Lux, which is our academy. Today we're going to learn about prepping flowers and how to properly clean our buckets. So let's start off with, so I got this from Floral Syndicate, and what this is, there you go, get my YouTube hand going. It's a floral cleaner, cleans and deodorizes containers, tools, and work surfaces. So basically, healthy flowers start with the buckets. If you have bacteria living in your bucket, your flower's gonna die, honey. Dead, okay? Dead. So we gotta make sure we keep those buckets clean. I'm gonna say that for last. And these are my flowers. So as you can see, this bucket is clearly overstuffed. But let me tell you about these flowers. So these flowers were actually free. We're gonna shout them out too. So these are from 50 Flowers and Jet Fresh. Shout out to them. Basically what happened is I lived in Las Vegas for them. And we have Wedding MBA here. So, oh my God, putting the flowers off. We have Wedding MBA here, and I was just like, these free. Oh, I want all of them. So, I took as many as I could, and I kept them in my cooler. So, they have not been properly cut, hydrated. I had some really neat dye flowers from, I believe, 50 Flowers. So, that was actually really neat. So, y'all check them out. Who knows? Maybe they'll want to sponsor your girl. But let's go ahead and get these roses out and get started. They badly need to be hydrated. I was a tacky flower mama this time. I'm not even gonna lie. I had a lot going on. So whenever you're gonna put flowers in a new water source, you should be cutting the stems. I definitely did not do that. I was rushing in. I had a really crazy week. And I just, honey, can you put these in some water? They went to the cooler. For 1 second. Okay, guys. It's getting a little crowded over here. Let me get my space together. The hard part about doing flowers, I swear, is like keeping a clean space. So, this is Quick Dip. Quick Dip is an instant hydrating treatment. So, these do need some hydration. And the head's still strong, but we still want to make sure it has ultimate hydration. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go ahead, pour me some Quick Dip in a shot glass. Make sure you don't drink this. Come on, don't spill it, don't spill it. Baby, I'm spilling it. And I'll show you the package again. This is by Floral Life as well. And I'm sorry, that's who the cleaner is by too. We'll set that down. And we're gonna get to work. So, how to, baby, hold on. Hey guys, so what we're gonna do now is we're actually going to get our flowers ready. We've already poured the Quick Dip. So I'm gonna have my handy dandy petal stripper. This is gonna get all of those petals off. This is just plastic. And I have different varieties too, but this is the one that I favor more. And I have my pink shears to match. And we're gonna go ahead and I'm probably gonna tell you about how we did it first, and then we're gonna speed it up. Or we can just hang out and talk. I haven't decided yet. So, this little baby here, whoo, we're gonna see if we can bring him back. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna cut this stem at an angle, okay? So I wanna make sure that you're seeing this. This is my flower. We're gonna cut this at an angle, okay? And we're gonna snip. So this is my fresh cut, okay? At an angle. I'm gonna dip it in the Quick Dip. And I'm gonna take this excess foliage off too. And I'm gonna throw it in some water. Throw it in my bucket. Same thing again. So cut it at an angle. So this is my flower at an angle. I'm picking it off my hand, y'all. I really should be using my handy dandy stripper. Into the Quick Dip. Ooh. Into here, into there. You're only sticking the rose and the Quick Dip for 1 second. So literally in and out. I had trained with Flower Boy A. And I'm like over there, I'm holding, I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm counting down, honey, count down. So as I stated earlier, baby, I ain't treated these roses right, okay? I had got these for free at Wedding MBA. So first, I got them at Wedding MBA like at 2 o'clock. I live in Las Vegas, so it's kind of warm all the time, but at the time, it wasn't as warm. So what I did was I stuck them in my car in a bucket with no water. And I had to go take my sister I have to go pick up my sister, take her to get her lashes done. So the whole time I'm taking her to get her lashes done, I am literally like no heat in my car because I'm like, bro, I cannot let these fruit flowers die because flowers are not cheap, y'all. But I love flowers. So, of course, and I did want to also mention, so right now what I'm using is a handy dandy Home Depot bucket. when you are like at a install, you're most likely going to see some Home Depot buckets. Flowers do bloom in smaller, they bloom better in smaller buckets. But when I'm saying that, I'm talking about like flowers fresh from your supplier. So like literally like you got these shipped in and you're processing your flowers. I would definitely use a smaller bucket. And it is definitely a different method when processing flowers like that. So if these would have been shipped to me, I would have taken them out of the actual shipping box. I would have unpacked them. I would have gave the flowers a fresh snip, like I'm doing now, but just basically in the pack. And I would have stuck them in a container with the wrapping still on the roses though, into my fresh water. And I would be doing this because they've already been traveling. So at this point, they're thirsty and they're probably ugly more than likely. So we don't really want to unwrap it at this point because we want it to drink. And we will be removing some of the greenery as well. Again, these flowers have already been pre-processed because they ran wedding MBA. So they've already been through that process. So at this point, we are just going in, giving these babies the love that they deserve, honey, because baby, I've been treating them wrong. I was hoping to design today, but I'm pretty sure that I'm not, unfortunately. My son has a game that is early in the morning. But this is one of the most important parts of designing, the processing of your flowers, okay? This is gonna basically determine how you design, because if you don't properly process your flowers, they're gonna be all tilted, head's gonna be all floppy, leaning, or they're gonna bloom too fast, or they're gonna be droopy. So if they open too fast, then what are you gonna get to your bride, honey? So there's a lot of things to consider when ordering flowers, designing flowers, planning your schedule out to do flowers. So if you have a wedding on a Saturday, you should be getting your flowers in Tuesday or Wednesday. This gives you a day to process your flowers, and this is just the beginning process. So you're gonna get your flowers in from your ship. I'm just saying shipping because I don't know if you have wholesalers near you, around you. So we're gonna say shipping. So you're gonna get your flowers in from your wholesaler. They're gonna ship them to you. You're gonna get them. You're gonna leave them in the protective wrapping, but you are going to put them in a bucket like these Home Depot buckets. So that's just the first step. So give it a few hours to drink. Then you're gonna go back and get them. Now you're gonna open the wrapping. Start removing all of those, the foliage that's gonna be down here. Add that in too. You should have did that before, because when you're putting your flower, oh, that's another thing. Well, that's really important too. I gotta add that in somewhere. When you are processing your flowers, you don't want foliage in your water. What that does is that's gonna add bacteria to your water, and it's gonna make your water be yucky, and your flowers are gonna be yucky. So being a floral designer is so much more than just actually like designing flowers. It's learning flowers, learning the different varieties of flowers, learning how to keep them open, learning to make sure that they, learning the time frame of them opening so that you can have your flower at its best for your event. So it's actually a lot of work. And these aren't just like flowers. When you're, let me get that right. So when you're buying flowers from Trader Joe's versus your wholesaler, two completely different life cycles, okay? Your wholesaler, these are still wrapped. These should be fresh from the supplier to your wholesaler. So your wholesaler shouldn't have product in there more than a week. Because I know I like to shop with Mayish. They normally have their sales Thursdays and Fridays, and I'm assuming they're doing that to prep for the new shipments that are coming in the following week. Also, the smaller wholesalers here, they are out fast. So it's the product's not even getting that long to really be there. So these are like fresh. So this is where you have to come in with all of the processes in order to ensure that your flowers are gonna, go through the process and actually last. Now your flowers from your grocery stores have already been from the supplier, probably to another supplier, and then to the grocery store where it sits, and it sits. If you go to your grocery store, all they're doing is putting it in a bucket, and that's it. That's all I've ever seen them do at a grocery store. But if you guys have worked in a grocery store, feel free to let me know what the process is for processing your flowers. But shout out to them too as well. I didn't know how much work went into actually being a grocery store florist, or like a retail florist in a grocery store. One of the ladies over here at Albertsons, I don't know what Albertsons is in other places, maybe here Kroger. She was telling me how she basically runs the entire floral department by herself. So she does the ordering. When they come in, she processes them, and then she has them out. So I'm not sure of their time frame. There, look at this one. This is loose. And again, this is not the fault of 50 Flowers and Jet Fresh. These are from Jet Fresh. This is solely on me because I definitely mishandled these. But we gonna see what's gonna happen though. No bloom should be left behind. Let's see what we can do with them. This is why I'm getting love on them now. Give some love. Because I've been neglecting these poor babies. I'm actually trying to think of a design of what I'm actually gonna do. I need to do like a really big install. But as we all know, big installs cost. So when they were like, we'll give away free flowers, I was like, what? Sign me up. Also, when you are processing different flowers, it requires different things. So had this would have been hydrangeas, I would have had alum powder. And I believe this is something like simple you can get like at your local grocery store in the seasoning section to dip in there. So I would have dipped this in there and then did my quick dip. I will tell y'all something funny. So when people were like, do you quick dip your hydrangeas? I didn't know what quick dip was. So I was just like, no. So when they said it, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna take the whole stem and like, boop, dip it in there. Honey, no. Don't do that. You're actually just dipping the stem. And I will say this too. I have professionally trained with different florists, and I highly recommend this to everyone. I don't think you should have one teacher in the florist field. And I say that because every florist has different experiences. So I had another florist tell me that they don't cut their hydrangeas, they actually break them because they're a woody stem. And he said that he's never had a hydrangea die on him. So I believe that getting your education from plenty, what is another thing? People is actually really good. So far, I've trained with Joe Carter from Number One Flowers, Christopher Lauren, Chris Burson from as Christopher Lauren, Alex, which is Flower Boy A, and he is actually the centerpieces. And you should look them up. Their work is amazing. I'm trying to make sure I'm not leaving anybody else out. I don't think so. But yeah, I like to train with, and actually I'm going to add more people to that list too. I would love to get a class with Preston Bailey, Flower Guy Braun. Would love a class with him, and CC Todd, and Ace Blooms. Man, he spoke at Wedding MBA, and he was like so dope. So I don't know if you guys know my mentor. My mentor is Kim Possible from, not Kim Possible. I say her name wrong every time, and I know what it is. Kim Possible Perrymont from Easy Peasy. So I'm trying to get her to be a speaker at the next Wedding MBA. I think she would be amazing because she is amazing. Her story is so amazing. I just love her. But we are almost done with these. I got some, since this is a design just for me, I did go to Trader Joe's to get some spray roses. So we have those as well. I went to my wholesaler today and got some greenery. I am trying to be on a no-spend November. Oh my God. I definitely like to spend when it comes to flowers because they're just not cheap. So people were saying you can practice with artificials, and to me, I'm going to be honest, artificials are still kind of pricey. I don't really think that you save a lot with artificials unless you plan on renting them out consistently, like over and over and over again. So note there. I'm gonna go over the other flowers I have, and I'm actually going to tell you guys something. These are actually really nice. And then I do want to let you guys know, I probably should have had this a little closer. As I'm putting these in, I'm just going around the bucket, okay? Just going around. So it's actually spiraling on its own. That's what grandma called my house phone, y'all. Shout out to people who still have house phones, because they're so valuable. All right. I'm going to go ahead and give these. Where did I get these from? Oh, I think I got these from. Oh, I think I got these from Wedding MBA too. Oh no, I got my quick dip. Oh no. I had to clean up my mess. I definitely spilled my quick dip literally, I got so excited and I was like, I think I got these spray roses from Wedding NBA. Still spilling stuff, child. Okay. Look at this. Do you see that? That is so beautiful. This is tinted, and this is from 50 Flowers. You can buy them already tinted from them, which I think is amazing. But I do want to say, you guys, when you are working with a client, I want you to be careful with specialty roses and colors. And I say that because they are not the same prices as regular natural growing colored roses, okay? So if I want a coffee rose, a cheetah rose, the different specialties that they have, rainbow baby breath, it's not gonna be the same price if, as it would be if I was getting a regular flower from my wholesaler. So I don't want you guys to be out there like, oh yeah, you know, it's just a regular garden rose. Shouldn't be any more than $1.35. Honey, some of these are upwards to $2 to $3 a stem. So please be careful with that. Oh, let's see how many of these. Oh, these are not garden roses. I don't know what these are, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you guys either. So I'm past beginner, but I don't know all my flower types, okay? So, I don't know what these are. I know they gave me ranunculus, but these aren't ranunculus though. They gave me brown ranunculus. Look at all of these. Maybe these are Lysianthus. I'm gonna have to check that. Oh, and another thing, so if you see me, I'm taking the foliage off of these. And I'm doing that because I want all of the hydration to go to the flower. But if you were gonna use your greenery, your foliage, and your look, you can very much so leave them on. But for me, in my house, for this design, we're gonna take it off. And also, remember that I've treated these poor babies wrong, so I'm on a mission to rehydrate them. In a perfect world, I would have just came right home. And, well, actually, so I don't know if you guys are familiar with the convention center, but it's massive. So there I am in a blazer and some cute jeans, my Air Force Ones, honey, trying to walk with my little purse as well, because you don't like to be blingy, back to my car with this. So I already had a crap load of flowers. I'm like, man, like, I don't have a cart to like actually help me because I needed some water in that bad boy. But what I did was, since my car has a sunroof, I opened my sunroof, left them in there in the bucket with no water. Oh my god. And I stayed in there. I ended up leaving early though, because I had to go pick up my sister, take her to her lash appointment. Gotta love sisters. And I actually sat at her lash appointment because I was her ride home. Then I had to take her home. So time frame wise, I got these flowers at like 4 o'clock, and they already have been in Wedding NBA for days probably. And then I didn't bring, I made it home like at 9, 10 o'clock that night. So that is when they got the first dose of water and they went into the cooler. So they've been in the cooler ever since Wednesday. With not a fresh cut. I was really bad about it wrong. But it's just so rough. So if we've learned anything from that story, when you are ordering flowers, you're gonna get flowers in, you definitely need to allot time to properly care for your flowers. I had planned on doing this way earlier, but I ended up getting sidetracked. I had to go do stuff with my kids, husband, run around. My battery died. Oh my god. So we are here later than I would have hoped to be. So we're gonna design tomorrow, which won't be tomorrow to you guys. I might do it on a different video. I'm not sure yet. And for these, I'm trying to get as much off as I can, but I have a lot to process. I need to figure out what this is. So how I'm going to figure out what this is I'm actually going to go to Google, and I'm going to take a picture of these with me like this, and then I'm going to run it in a Google search. Sorry. You can actually search your images on Google. So that is how I get a lot of my flower. I do a lot of flower identification, especially with now in the world of Pinterest. Because Pinterest has given rise a lot of photoshopped flower colors that really don't exist. And they unfortunately want them to be fresh. This baby's a little droopy. We're just gonna toss him. These are two, but we're gonna see what happens overnight. Oh, I've been sticking these in there. We are still going. I have so many more flowers to press on. Oh my god. I really wonder. I don't think these are ranunculus. Maybe they are ranunculus. No, I'm rich. I'm like, oh my god, I got so many more to go. And since we're here, I think I'm gonna actually post this on YouTube. I am. So, I will tell you guys about myself because I was really tacking the same thing in the beginning. So let's get into me. So I became a florist on accident. I love to tell the story, by the way. I guess I have to tell it. I became a florist on accident. So what I actually did was, so it was 2020, and the big C word came around. So my friends and I were like, man, we still want to celebrate each other's birthday. What should we do? Fast pre-2020, I actually did cake for my best friend. So we kind of already were in the party industry, just not really like full parties. But we were trying to decorate our kids' parties though. Fast forward 2020, the big C, COVID. We actually were getting hotel rooms and doing parties in hotel rooms. So we were with our friends, whatever, we were safe, all that good stuff. And I like my bestie, so we would decorate parties. And hopefully I'll learn how to insert some pictures in here. I'm new to YouTube, guys, so I'm gonna try to edit this video on my own, so be kind. The first video I did, I paid my friend to edit it, and it came out amazing. So I'm hoping I could do something good like he did. So we are throwing parties at the Palms, and yeah. So we're decorating them. I have a little balloon kit from Amazon, and honey, you really couldn't tell me anything because I thought I was doing it. I had found out about wrapping up regular boxes in like wrapping paper and making risers out of them. So I would like make risers for cupcakes and stuff. We're gonna pause. Okay, this baby's full. So we're on to the next. And these are gonna go in the cooler tonight too. Oh. So we are partying. These are snapdragons. I do know these. Back to the hotel room. Okay, so I'm really doing this. I'm thinking, oh man, I'm amazing. So I'm like, I'll have some brownie on these. We're gonna take those off. My tips are pretty good though. Let's hope that we can save these bad boys. If not, these are just gonna be for a design for me anyways. So we're still gonna make them look good. Because they're supposed to be up and perky like that. But let's see what we can do. Put some quick dip in some fresh water in a clean bucket, okay? So anyways, these parties. So we're having our parties, guys. And I find this group called Easy Peasy. And I'm like, oh, I can go take classes on how to get my party together. Which I'm like, oh my God, this is so amazing. So I started taking classes. And she's like, Kim's like, oh, well, we're going to have a class in person. I'm like, in person? Oh my God. Talking to a boring mom, okay? So I'm like, oh, this is a class in person. Like, I'm definitely going to go. I have some browning on these. I don't know if you can see it really good there. So I'm just gonna actually, oh I could spray paint these. But I'm actually gonna just go and take them off, remove them now. So I go, first I'm like buying her online classes, and I'm really like killing it, by the way. And she is throwing an in-person workshop. So I'm like, oh God, please let me go. I've never traveled before for business. I didn't even have business at the time. And I'm like, if it's under a certain price, I'm gonna go. Bro, it was under the price. I went. I met so many amazing women that day who all were in different journeys of their business. And almost 2 years later, we are still in contact. I think I talk to them like every day. And so back to hopping in the floor, oh my God. So I went to the workshop, and before I went to the workshop, I hated flowers. My best friend loved them. And I would always be like, if a man got me flowers, he could just buy me some shoes, buy me some Jordans or something. And then I got back there with Joe Carter, and she changed my life. I started working with flowers, and it was like a station. Like you go to the station and you work, and then you go to the next station. I never left Joe's side. They had balloons, tablescaping, and like the furniture, dealing with that. I was like, yeah, no, I'm gonna stay back here with the flowers. And from that day, since I've been a florist, It was really easy to change my mind. Yeah, I really loved it. So that's how I became a florist. So then I went and took one of Joe's classes in Florida, and it was amazing. So then I went back and took another class with her. Then I went and took a class with Christopher Lauren in Alabama. Then I went and took a class with, I got this morning so long. I went and took a class with Flower Boy in Atlanta. Yeah, and I love education. So now to the point where people are like, I have a question about flowers. Can you help me? I'm like, oh yeah, sure. And now I'm kind of like, oh, you guys want me to teach you. And so people have actually been like inboxing me, when are you going to start offering coaching? And I'm like, what? So I'm like, okay, I got to do it. So funny thing, I don't know if you guys were religious or not, but I definitely am. Before January 2021 happened, I prayed. And I was like, God, I feel like I should be doing something else, but I really don't know what I should be doing. And Kim popped up at the workshop. And I went, and yeah, I was asking God for a purpose. And I got my purpose. My purpose is to help others and sow seeds. So my goal now is to reach 1 million florists and help them in some type of way. And I'm like, I just keep thinking about like how this really started and how it's going. Amazing. So yeah, this was my first YouTube video, so I really wanted to come in. I did want to help you guys out, but I also wanted to let you guys know more about me and what I'm doing. Since we're here talking about me, my favorite person, cringe, right? I'll tell you guys more. So I get from the workshop, bro. I don't even have a business. I don't think I had a name. I had a name. I was Lux Creations by Kendra. That's the shirt I have on right now. And I didn't have my LLC. It wasn't registered. I didn't have a website. I had a janky logo. Just really trying to figure out my way. And for me, I'm actually like the first entrepreneur in my immediate family. My dad is getting into it now since he's like retired and stuff. But I am actually like the first entrepreneur. So with that, it's going to be a lot of times that you're unsure. You don't know what's going on. And there's really not a lot of business classes geared towards florists. Everything is design, but it's kind of like, how do I run my business? How am I affording all of this overhead? Because as we all know, flowers and flower supplies are quite expensive. How am I pricing for profit? You know, like things like that no one told me. So I'm like, man, we're gonna have classes on it. So in January, we will be doing, I haven't came up with the name of it yet, but it's gonna be a challenge. So maybe like the Blooming in Business Challenge. I like that, Blooming in Business. And it's gonna be 3 to 5 days on being a florist, how to plan for profit, how to make sure that your business is actually making money, properly pricing your business. So it will not be about design at all, because we can always find things on design. For me, I think the hardest part was actually the business side of it, because as a, I did event planning before, and it's so easy to find in the event planning industry. So many classes on it, they teach you about it. But when it comes to a florist, it's like, we need help with businesses too. So I'm really excited to bring that to you guys. It's gonna be amazing. And you know what? Being an entrepreneur is very different. So you're praying that 1 million people come, but in all actuality, if one person comes and I help one person, I'm fulfilled. And it sounds so corny, but I just love to help others. And also, I think about myself and how much of a struggle it was, because again, like I'm saying, my mentor is my mentor based off event planning. Now she is able to assist with my certain aspects of my business, but no one really mentors for florists. And I was like, oh man, who's gonna help us? It's gonna be me. It's gonna be me. And again, guys, I did not treat these babies right. They were so pretty and nice when I first got them, so this is my fault. Today is Saturday, by the way, and I got these on Wednesday. Saturday night, too. So these have been in the cooler. Then I took them out of the cooler, left them in my house at a completely different temperature. Oh my God. So also another thing, if you're processing flowers, you do want it to be cool. The only flowers that don't like the cool are tropicals. And these are not tropicals. But everything's gonna be okay. I'm just grateful that someone actually gave me free flowers, bro. Like free flowers. These have to be, ooh, at least $200 to $300 pre-markup. So forever grateful for them because they definitely could have been like, we're just gonna throw these away and leave them on the exhibit floor. Very, very happy for them. So shout out to 50 Flowers. And I haven't even showed you guys like all the tinted stuff that they had. Oh my god. And Jet Fresh are the majority of the others. I got a few from 50 Flowers, but majority of it was from Jet Fresh. So shout out to Jet Fresh as well. So this design is definitely brought to you by Jet Fresh and 50 Flowers, which I think is really neat. I guess I'm speaking some stuff into existence, man. Maybe I'll be sponsoring some art videos later on down the line. Wink, wink. Closed mouth doesn't get fed, honey, so you might as well ask. Oh, I want to leave Las Vegas. My goal is to move to Atlanta. And I want to move to Atlanta because everything down there, like their design element is so crazy. Oh my god. And I feel like Vegas is so, unless it's like celebrity planner coming here, oh, it's boring. It's like little itty bitty centerpieces. And if you haven't caught my name by now, I'm Blooming and Luxury, okay? But I'm also like super girly. Like, if I had to describe myself, glitter, more glitter, and glitter, sparkles, everything girly. And I'm a princess, by the way. So that is how I want to design. I want everything to be big. And oh, we got status too. Bro, these are like the best flowers. These joints will last like literally forever. There's no way to kill these things. Like literally, I designed a vase arrangement for one of my coworkers, and she still has it like almost a year later. It's still thriving. 50 Flowers. Shout out to you guys. These are so beautiful. And they're lightly tinted, so it's not like overkill. It's just really nice and light and subtle. I love it. It's a very woody hue of this. It's just so beautiful. It's this beautiful blue. Oh my god. This is from 50 Flowers, guys. Oh my. Look at this, bro. Look at that. The color on that. This and their budget definitely get it. Like, and I also will say too, you can dye your own. This isn't gonna make it. What is this? I don't know if I should keep this or not. Let's keep it anyways. You can definitely dye your own blooms. Design Master, if they ever get back in stock, is a really good light spray paint. You can spray paint. Actual like vessels or flowers. So definitely something to look into. Look at this one. This is so beautiful. This is stock. One of my favorite acrylic flowers too. Lightly tinted. This is by 50 Flowers. I don't have a lot of these. Tinted by 50 Flowers as well. This is also 50 Flowers. If you have never processed a lot of flowers, bro, you look super messy. Like straight messy. Okay. On our last bucket, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed this evening with me. I know it is a little late. I'm going to try to cut down as best as I can. But I kind of wanted you guys to get to know who I am. So I kind of wanted you guys, I wanted you guys to get to know me. And I definitely wanted to get something posted on here because I know that I can meet so many amazing florists. Here. Mums. These are from Trader Joe's, by the way. These are like my little pickups. And if you're practicing, there is nothing wrong with going to get Trader Joe flowers. It's just not going to be necessarily the same shelf life as some things. That's one thing to remember. These are some garden roses from Trader Joe's. These are like, yeah, they're open already. So for you, the difference between getting your flowers from, the difference between just practicing at home and actually for a client. So for a client, I would never go to Trader Joe's. And I say that because if I'm giving you something, even if it's a wedding centerpiece, you could take it home and it should last you at least a week or two. These, at best, maybe a few days, they're already opened. So there's no telling how, and they're like open too. I like to process my own flowers fresh from the wholesaler. That way I know what's going on with the life of the flower. And I can kind of gauge it too. With buying from places like Trader Joe's, you don't know how long it's been there. You don't know how long they've had it at Trader Joe's, because when you're getting it from, it's the life cycle of the flower from your wholesaler should be the supplier, which is probably somebody in Ecuador, to the ports, to your wholesaler. But now, if you're going to a grocery store chain, you're still coming from Ecuador, maybe California, somewhere with a port, and then you're going to the supplier. Then you're probably going to get dished out to Trader Joe's. Then they have to get you from the main hub to your hub. Now you're finally on the grocery store. So at this point, you don't know how long it's been there. You just know that they got it on Monday, or they just got it from the truck today, but there's no telling the life of the actual flower. You know what I mean? So this is why it's okay to practice with Trader Joe's before clients. And it just depends too. Some people, I know some event stores who don't put water in their centerpieces because they're just like, it's just for today. But if you guys are in the event world, you know there's going to be that one aunt who's like, girl, I'm going to take this centerpiece home. And honey, if auntie take my centerpiece home, I want her to be like, girl, but not my actual rental piece though. That's a whole nother topic. I want her to be like, girl, this Florals was bomb, baby. I have the centerpiece for like 2 weeks. Period. And that is a Blooming in Lux way, honey. It should last. Okay? It should last. Okay, that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe. If you are not in my Facebook group, what are you doing? Our Facebook group is Blooming with Lux. I drop tips in there. I go live in there sometimes, and I also have classes on my website. So I will have all of that down in the description box below. Be sure to like and subscribe. Hold on, it's down here. It's down here. Like and subscribe. And I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I hope to see you again. I hope to get to know you guys in the group. So not a goodbye, but I will talk to you later.